Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up. Hey everybody, how are you? Well, didn't know I was going live this morning. Well, it's morning for me. But here we are. So we're gonna have a press conference about the escaped prisoner Danelo Cavalcante. Um, he is in this country illegally. Um, he does have a warrant in Brazil. What else do I want to say about him? He's still, I guess, they think in the area. They're still searching. I don't know why they don't bring the dogs. They have an airplane or a helicopter, one of the two. In the air, I think it's an airplane. Let me see what else. I'm just on the Facebook page for the county district attorney's office, waiting for them to start the press conference. I just came on a little bit early. I didn't see dogs, Fofa, and that's what I was just saying. I don't know why they don't have dogs out there. When I saw a video, I was just watching a video before I went live of a guy
videoing out of his kitchen window, and you see a whole row of law enforcement in their backyard going towards the woods, and it's only men. There's like no dogs, nothing, and it's just a line of men going into the woods. So I'm not sure. I know they have a helicopter. That's all JLR said. Um, and I believe he said he was going out there. I don't know if he is or not. But the guy that is out there, Nick, I do have him on Twitter, so we'll see if he says anything. Oh, yeah. Isn't it a holiday today? What holiday is it, y'all? If you're out with your families today, I hope you have a wonderful, safe time. If you're in Chester County, Pennsylvania, I hope that you're safe and you stay in your house. Dude, someone asked on Twitter if school would be in session, and people were like, why not? Why not? Because there's a whole, out there. And I'll put this up until they start Labor Day. Hi, Saretti. How are you? So, where in the area do you live, Saretti? I read that you said, oh, you live in the county. How far from this area do you live? I knew it was a holiday. Dang it, we can't wear white no more. Do you know how he escaped? You guys are not putting out the Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So JLR said that the warden of the jail, and it's a county jail, it's not a prison. He was in the county jail and he had 30 days to be transferred to the prison. Um, but so Soretti, I heard that the warden of the jail was either quit suddenly or got fired. I don't know which one. JLR said quit, and then I read fired. And then the day he broke out, they had a new acting warden that had no correctional experience. Do you know that to be correct? That's crazy. And then, oh, okay, I didn't get it yet. Um, I didn't hear anything about that. Hmm. Well, JLR said it. He said the dude quit, or woman, I don't know if it was a woman or a man, um, quit suddenly. And I think I read it on Twitter, maybe an article, that he was fired because of the previous escape. Because they had the other escape and then he got fired, and now they have this acting warden. And the same day they started, he broke out. Then they said he freaking was on the roof and freaking jumped the fence. That's how he got out. Let me see if I can find the comment again. Okay, yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, okay. Was it this? No, it was Twitter, not YouTube. All right, let's read the comments. Comments. Oh no, I don't want to comment. Ah, I missed it. I mean, I'm new to this Twitter stuff, y'all. Let me see how this video starts. I don't even know how to do Facebook. Will it just come on, y'all? Notification button. I'm still here, guys. I got it, Fofa. Thank you. I found it. I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. I found it.
Mic check 1 2 3. Good. Good. Okay. Check mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check. NPR mic check 1 2 3. Mic.
Fofa, I don't have any messages from you on Twitter.
Andy, you bouncing
Or
on
I'm
your
not getting the
audio?
notifications. One of the two. Oh.
Check mic check 1 2 3. Good.
Hey, Glowbug. Well, this is from the district attorney's office Facebook. Fofa. Is this what you see over there? Glowbug, I thought you were on your way to Vegas to help them people get out of that pit they're in or something. Thank you, Fofa. I'm looking it up right now to get it. I can't click on the link on my thing. Message.
them down. But we want to keep residents as safe as possible while we thoroughly search that area. So again, we ask them to refrain from that area.
I can't rewind it.
And I'd also like to thank the community for their support. This has gone on for a couple of days now. I know it's stressful for the community, but I want to assure you that
Their
all of us up
Facebook
here
page is a
and
joke.
our respective offices are working diligently to bring this to a conclusion as quickly as possible. Please know we are devoting all available resources. We're constantly identifying additional needs. We're making sure we bring those in, and we will resolve this as quickly as possible and as safely as possible. With that said, we'll be happy to take questions if any of you have any.
Lieutenant Colonel, for the most recent sighting, can you just describe a little bit about what he looked like? Has he changed his appearance at all, and what was the nature of that sighting?
The appearance was very similar to what we've described, perhaps looking a little more worn and tired, but a very brief sighting, and it was a trooper actually that observed him in some distance, gave chase, but was unable, because of the terrain, was unable to get to him before he disappeared. But I don't want to be any more specific than that.
Can you elaborate on what makes it a credible sighting? Is it all visual, or are there video components to any of it?
One was a video sighting that I believe you have all seen. We've analyzed that video. The others are not video, but after extensive interviews, we believe them to be credible sightings.
Do you have any reason to believe that he's being assisted by anyone out there at this point?
I wouldn't want to comment at this point. We'll of course explore all avenues, and that's always something we look for. But I wouldn't want to go into anything more right now.
Can you confirm they broke into the house?
I'm sorry.
Can you confirm they broke into the house and stole food? Hearing that.
We can confirm that we have investigated actually 2 burglaries. The evidence is still under analysis at this point, and so I can't confirm that it was him, but they are of interest to us.
So is that why you're telling people, because after this holiday weekend, like you said, people haven't been home? So is that really what you're stressing to people? To make sure
Well, not only because of those 2 instances, but we know that that he is going to be looking for a means to sustain himself. He's going to need clothing. He's going to need food, and just to get in out of the weather. It's pretty hot out there. I'm sure he's looking for some better shelter. So for a lot of reasons, we would be concerned about where he might hide.
Did you dispatch any of your troopers to water line drive for one of those apparent burglaries where?
That's within the search area, and yes, we have investigated a number of things within that search area. I don't want to get any more specific than that.
Obviously, it's been 5 days, so he needs to sustain himself in some way, whether that be food, water, as you mentioned, finding some type of shelter. Talk to me about when you're looking for someone who is in a desperate situation right now. What are those things that you're taking into account in terms of his needs at this point?
Well, from experience, there are a lot of things that we'll consider, but certainly you have to keep in mind he's stressed right now. Imagine any one of you being placed in a situation where you may not have had a chance to pack. You don't have things with you other than what you're wearing, and you don't have cash. You don't have a credit card. You don't have any other means to support yourself. You're going to be desperate, and that's the situation he's in. But it's also why one of our practices in how we conduct these types of investigations and manhunts is that we'll continue to push him hard. I intend to stress him. I want to push him hard. He'll make mistakes. He'll show himself. He's already shown himself, we believe, a few times. We'll contain him, and we will eventually catch him. We will do it as quickly as possible. Obviously, it takes time. He is desperate. He does not want to be caught. He has very little to lose at this point.
With school starting up soon, will the search efforts impact any bus stops for children? How should parents kind of deal with that?
So I'm going to defer to the school districts to communicate that information out. I can tell you that we have been in touch with the State Department of Education, having discussions about this, and also the district attorney has been in touch with several of the local superintendents. We're going to have another discussion later this afternoon. Ultimately, the decision rests with the school districts. We can provide them sort of the latest picture of what's going on in their areas, and then we ask them to make that decision and communicate that out to the parents.
Have you authorized the use of deadly force to apprehend him?
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
If he is not actively surrendering, deadly force is authorized.
This is for Deb Ryan. Have you completed your investigation into the prison break at this point, or are you still reviewing?
Mike, our goal right now is to find this man and capture him. So we are channeling all of our efforts to bring him into custody. That is secondary. That is certainly a concern. But at this point, all manpower has been executed to find and hunt down this fugitive.
But it's been 5 days. How can you not explain how he escaped?
As I indicated, our focus right now is to capture this fugitive. He's a dangerous person. We will be able to update our investigation with respect to what happened at the prison at a later date.
Right, but I mean, obviously the question is like, could other people also escape? I mean, is there something, at issue with the prison where somebody else could pull this off?
They have been looking into what happened and they are investigating what happened. I'm not at liberty at this point to share with the public what is going on with respect to that investigation. The prison is very aware of whatever vulnerabilities they had, and they have made efforts to correct those
To
vulnerabilities.
clarify, you know how he escaped, and you're just not saying, or you just don't know yet?
As I indicated, we are working on the investigation with respect to the escape, but our main focus right now is to capture this fugitive.
Because you confirmed Friday that there was another escape 2 months prior to this. So
Yes, there was.
you did confirm that.
That's correct.
When was Friday?
I believe it was in May of this year.
Okay, so that's not too much.
Well, we interviewed a neighbor who said that he was in his shed. Somebody who escaped a couple months ago.
I think we're talking about the same suspect. Yeah.
Can you
Does
confirm
this
about what
guy
you're talking
seem
to
like
the-
he had a plan at all, or was this it doesn't seem like he knew where to go?
At this time, we don't know, Mike, and we're conducting that investigation
Can you
currently.
elaborate on talking to the superintendents? Because we've talked to all of us, I've talked to so many neighbors, right, who are apoplectic, I'm gonna use the word, just so upset, right? Can you talk to them about, they're saying they're not getting a lot of communication. They don't know what to do. They are having guns by their side, like literally so upset. Can you just talk to them about what is going on and how you can allay their fears? or what they should do?
Absolutely. And our main concern is with the residents in this community. Of course, we want to make sure that they are protected and kept safe. We have been in communication with the superintendents. We have been sending out reverse 911 calls to the residents in a 2-mile perimeter. So they're getting updates that the rest of the community outside of that area are not getting. So we're making every effort to be in touch with them. Regarding the schools and how we want to operate moving forward, we have a call this afternoon to talk that out with the superintendents. But like Colonel Bivens indicated, it's going to be a decision that the school districts have to make on their own, but we're going to provide them with all the information that they need to make an educated decision on that.
What would you like to say to the neighbors? They're scared.
I understand that, and I want to say that we are doing everything in our power to get this guy, and people are working round the clock. I understand their fears, but we are doing everything. We're bringing in all the experts in this area. We have the top men and women working round the clock to bring this man to justice, and we're not going to stop until he's captured. And we hope we're getting closer.
And if I could just jump back in here. Thank you. With regard to the neighbors, or the people in this area, I want to assure them that we have a strong presence there. They are not on their own out there. We have people close by. If they hear or see anything, call us. We will be happy to come check it out. They don't need to go outside and check out a suspicious noise, or if they hear something in their homes, we'll take care of it right away. We're close by. It's not going to take long at all to have somebody there. So we're happy to do that. And again, please know that we are doing everything. We ask for their indulgence of the heavy police presence, but that's one of the ways that we can, as best possible, assure their safety.
Is there anything that people should be avoiding, any behavior that they should avoid? As you mentioned, go out into the woods, but it's a holiday, obviously, people have family get-togethers, family reunions, etc. Should they be staying inside and kind of canceling everything that they had already?
No, we're not asking people to do that. There's been no indication that that he poses that kind of a threat to anyone in those neighborhoods. He doesn't want to be caught. He doesn't want to go back. Now, could he be desperate and do something? Sure, but we don't have information to suggest that anyone is at risk for going out in their yard. What we're saying is to avoid interfering with the search, avoid those wooded areas. And again, that's a fairly small area, maybe a mile and a half across. The rest of the area, we're not even asking people to avoid the woods. It's within that perimeter area that we've set up that we're just asking for those, not even restrictions, some cooperation to make our jobs a little bit easier.
This is all within that 2-mile radius from the Chester County Prison, this whole area that's on lockdown.
Yes.
And then again, the use of deadly force, is this shoot to kill on sight, or if he doesn't actively cooperate?
Well, the term is not shoot to kill. It's deadly force is authorized, and it's if he is not actively surrendering. We do consider him to be a very dangerous individual. He is convicted of homicide here, was involved in another homicide in Brazil some years ago. It's somebody that we think poses a threat and needs to be taken out of the community, needs to be incarcerated. He has the option to surrender. That is what we hope he will do.
Will he be returned to the Chester County Prison if he's apprehended?
We'll discuss that at that point in time. But what I would tell you is that I can assure you that there will be secure measures put in place that he won't be escaping again. And so whether that's at another facility, that's something that we'll be discussing with the district attorney and also with the State Department of Corrections.
Are the troopers going home to home searching to see if he's in one of their homes? Or we heard from some neighbors that they've allowed the troopers to go in and search.
They have been. And so again, we ask their cooperation. So you may see a trooper in that area or somewhere close by, knock at your door and ask some questions or ask if they can come in. And again, it's simply that they're trying to make sure that we have thoroughly searched that entire area, that residents' homes are secure.
Can we hear from the U.S. Marshals in terms of what your role is right now?
Sure. I think Lieutenant Colonel Bivens summarized everything perfectly. Our role is to support the Pennsylvania State Police. They are the lead investigator in this investigation, and they come with much experience of these woodland manhunts. We've had numerous manhunts. I think the most recent was in Warren County just a couple months ago. So we're bringing the best of the best assets out here. Their CERT team, their Special Emergency Response Team, is well trained. They're here. Our professionals from the Marshal Service are here as well. And our position is that Danelo Cavalcante's desperateness will not outlast the resolve of our investigators here. And that goes for the state police, that goes for the Marshal Service, our state and county local investigators. We're all on the same team. And like the Lieutenant Colonel said, we will get him, we'll push the threat, he'll make a mistake, and we'll bring him into custody.
So outside that 2-mile radius, you're an expert, you've done this many times. Longwood Garden is open. I'm not sure if that's Chester University made a decision yet. Should people outside the 2-mile radius not be as concerned, or what do you say to people outside that 2-mile radius?
I don't think we're there yet. Like the Lieutenant Colonel said, our efforts are focused on that 1.5 to 2-mile radius inside the inner perimeter. There's been 4 confirmed sightings. So we're not ready to sound the alarm outside of that radius yet. All of our efforts are focused inside. And until we exhaust that or we prove that he's escaped that 2-mile radius, then we can talk about maybe what the public should do outside. But our efforts are all concerned inside that radius.
I mean, a lot of residents are saying, like, how is he still not captured? You know, you have the U.S. Marshals, like, you guys are the experts on this. There's troopers out there. A 2-mile radius is so small. Like, can you just talk a little bit about, like, where could he be? Like, is he in a tree? Like, you know,
when you talk about a 2-mile radius, you got to remember this is a 5-foot tall gentleman, 120 pounds, and this is a heavily wooded area. It's very, very thick back there. There's a lot of hiding spots. There's a lot of ravines back there. And we are an expert in fugitive investigations, but the Pennsylvania State Police are experts in incident command. And I think that's why Lieutenant Colonel Bivens is here. There's nobody better in the agency than him. And I guarantee you that if he is here, that his troopers, along with our investigators, are going to be able to find and locate him.
Is there enough out there that he can actually sustain himself for an extended period of time between water, roots, and things of that sort?
Is there enough resources out there? I don't know. I don't know what he's obtained. I'm no expert on what's edible out there, what drinking water he's using. From the video the other night, we know he had a backpack on. One of the questions is, where did he get that backpack? So when we say homeowners who are coming back from the shore, check your belongings, see if anything's been disturbed. Are you missing a backpack? that could fill in some voids for us. So as far as sustainability on the land, I'm just not sure. But a man is desperate at this, anything's possible.
Are there any plans to release the recording of this call?
To release the recording
The broadcast recording?
to the media,
Yeah.
not now. There's not. We're utilizing it for our investigations. So that was broadcast, like Lieutenant Colonel said, through the helicopter yesterday and through patrol cars, in hopes that perhaps, as desperate as he is, maybe he has a change of thought. And here's his mother telling him to surrender, and his family cares about him. He's desperate. He's hungry. He's been in the woods. He's dirty. Perhaps this is what puts him over the edge where we can get a peaceful surrender.
Is his mom in Brazil?
She is.
That's my follow-up question. I know it is in Portuguese, but can you tell us what his mother is actually saying to him?
I don't want to say verbatim. She's just encouraging that his family loves him and that she wants him to surrender. And that's what our hope is as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was interesting. We know the same thing that we knew yesterday. Um, I don't know if he's still in that little area that they're searching, though. I'm sure what they caught on their security cameras that showed him, walking in the woods, I'm sure he was walking out of that area. Those criminals are stupid, but they're not stupid, if you know what I mean. I don't know. We'll see. I think they're wasting their time in that one area, but we'll see if I'm wrong. I don't know. Well, guys, that's the end. You have a wonderful day, and I'll probably be back this evening. Thanks for watching with me, guys, and please hit that thumbs up.